Have you ever had an opt-in or lead magnet that you put out into the world only to discover that there were some challenges or issues with your follow-up automation? This is Dr. Nadia, founder of the Doyen Agency, and today we are continuing our conversation around spring cleaning your sales systems. Let's talk about automation, especially as it relates to opt-ins and lead generation. Tune in. So if you're a person that leverages inbound marketing, as most of my clients do, one of the things that you are probably very familiar with is the idea or concept of having an opt-in or some type of freebie for your lead generation, where you're sharing resources or information and you're inviting people to have that exchange in order to get them on your email list so you can start to build this amazing relationship. And recently I was speaking with a colleague and we were talking about one of her upcoming events. And I was just like, how's it going? And she shared how she's really leveraging a new platform in social media and things were going really well. And she shared this opt-in, but she hadn't gone in and checked to see what was going on with the subsequent follow-up. And so she had that inner nudge. She was like, maybe I should go and check this thing out because this is an opt-in or a lead gen that she'd had available for some time. And upon going in to look at that, she realized that in some of the follow-up emails, links were broken. Some of the information was just outdated. And so it was like, oops, now's a great time to go clean that up, which is why we're having this conversation today. I think it's important. And if you're like me and a lot of my clients, we have a lot of ideas. Like there is no shortage of ideas over here. My team is often like, Nadia, we need to prioritize these things. Maybe we just don't need to do this right now. Let's table that. Let's circle back, right? Because there are lots of ideas. And so as you're thinking about your lead gen, a couple of things to consider, right? Like, because everyone doesn't have lead generation or opt-ins that's been around for a long time that may be outdated. However, there are a couple of things that you can do to go in and refresh it during our spring cleaning. One is to just review all of your opt-ins. If you've been in business for any amount of time, you probably have more than 3. And so go out and just look to see, do an audit of where are we sharing these? Are they on the website? Are they on our link tree? Are they somewhere in social media? And do we need to update them? Do we need to have a page where it's like, this is no longer available? However, we have this new resource. Is that content still relevant? So taking the time to go through and just do an audit to see if that opt-in is still even relevant. I know for us, I found an ebook that I wrote some years ago that the content is actually really great. However, the branding is all off. And so it was like, it's time to update this. But then it was like, where the heck is this? And so again, to just be able to go in and update the content, refresh it. Do we want to leverage this in a different way? And then looking at the follow-up, the email sequences to make sure that they're saying what it is that we want them to say. So that's the first thing, is to really just take some time to do an audit of all your opt-ins. The second thing, in alignment with number 1, is to create a tracker. So one of the things that we started doing on our team is, because again, there's a lot of things going on that we're doing, is now we track the CTA. So if there's anywhere that we need to go back and adjust anything, we now know where we can go find it, whether it's in our YouTube channel, on any podcast where we may have been a guest, again, on social media, on our website, wherever that may be. So now we have a tracker and we can go find it. It makes it easier to then delegate that to a team member. Hey, here's all the places where you are going to find this. Let's go back and make any edits or whatever the case may be. So now we have a comprehensive picture of where we're actually sharing this information And it's just creating processes within your business, thinking forward, that I may not always want to have this available. And so what are some of the ways that we can address this issue, whether we go back and address it, or we, again, on that page, we just say this resource is no longer available and we present an alternative. So that's another thing. The third thing that I would recommend and suggest is evaluating the effectiveness of your lead magnets and really taking a look at how well they are performing, and not only in terms of downloads or clicks or things like that, but also, are they leading you to the right type of clients? A lot of times when clients come to us and, we're in our Convert Labs or different things and our different trainings, a lot of times people are like, we're having conversations or I'm putting things out there, but I'm not seeing that translate into clients. I'm not seeing that translate into the number of clients or the type of clients that I desire to see that translate. So then I'm like, all right, well, we need to diagnose this. We need to go through and backtrack to see, how did they get here, right? Like, how did they get on your calendar? How did they get to this place where they are now your clients? And through that, we can start to identify where some of the breakdown may be in terms of how we're speaking about our work. Are we even talking to the same types of clients? Because a lot of times our clients shift. So for example, here at the Doyen Agency, a lot of the clients that we support with done for you or outsourced sales support, whether it's ongoing or an event, are at a different level in their businesses most times versus someone who that attends one of our trainings or comes to our Convert Lab. Like, they're just at a different place. They're thinking about different things. They have different goals. Therefore, the conversation that I need to have, our marketing team needs to have leading up to them taking that step, needs to look different. And if I try to have a conversation with one client while talking to another client, you're going to see a mismatch, or worse, you're just not going to see any results at all because it's not resonating in terms of that offer. So it's important because many of us work with different types of clients that are at different levels, that may be doing different things. And we can't have this monocratic, I don't even know if that's a word, but we can't have this singular conversation. Sorry, squirrel. Singular conversation across all platforms if we're talking to different people. That's why it's nice to have a single offer that we can have that conversation. And some of us do, but many of us don't. No matter how hard we try, we're like, oh, but like, again, my team's like, Nadia, stop it. Just stop it. No, which is fine. It's totally fine. You just need to understand, where is that particular audience? What type of conversation do I need to have with them? And then have that conversation, explain to them and how you can serve them, because now you're speaking directly to the challenges or opportunities or problems that they may have versus a different type of client. So anytime you start to see that mismatch, is definitely an invitation to let's go back, let's do some diagnostic work to see what's going on and what's leading to this mismatch that we're now starting to see in our sales process. So today I invite you, as you are doing your spring cleaning, to evaluate your sales systems, your sales processes, look at what's going on the front end, as well as, then we can talk about what's going on in the back end. But if there is any type of misalignment with what type of clients you're getting, you're not seeing the results you want, then I invite you to go back and evaluate what are the things, the strategies, the tactics that you're leveraging in order to attract leads and get them into your pipeline. And also, what are you doing to better qualify them before they get on the phone with you? That process starts far before you actually have a conversation, for those that are having conversations, or before you invite them to your enrollment webinar, or whatever the case may be. So you definitely want to take some time during this season to evaluate your sales systems and your processes and do some spring cleaning, get it cleaned up, because trust me, you will thank me in the end when you are getting more clients, you're closing more people, you're working with clients you actually enjoy working with, and you're exceeding all of your sales goals. And if you're just like, Dr. Nadia, please, I need help. We love helping people to do these diagnostics, to get their sales systems in place, to really have that built-in support around not only having sales conversations, but being able to talk to the right people, to serve them at a high level, to continue to build that relationship throughout the entire process. So we would love to invite you to attend our next Tighten Up Your Sales Game event. Head on over to tightenupyoursalesgame.com for more information and to reserve your seat for this amazing training. Trust me, spend a half day with me and the team, and we can make some things happen. So head on over to tightenupyoursalesgame.com to reserve your seat, and we'll see you there. This is Dr. Nadia signing off. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.